Good morning, my dear friends. Myself, Veena Sarathi, Assistant Professor, Government First Grade College, Sirsi. My dear friends, today let us discuss about the origin and the growth of the financial services in India. So, these financial services, among that, the factoring services are of recent development. Even prior to that, and even today, commercial banks are providing working capital finance, that is by way of purchasing or discounting the receivables, or by allowing the overdraft facility or cash credit, hypothecation of outstanding book debts, then allowing overdraft or cash credit against bills sent for collection. So in this way, commercial banks are providing the working capital finances. In India, the idea of providing the factoring services was first through Vogel Working Group. So it recommended that the banks are and the private non-banking finance companies should be encouraged to provide them factoring services. Therefore, in the year 1988, Reserve Bank of India it constituted a study group, and the chairman of this group was Kalyana Sundaram. On the basis of the strong recommendation of the Kalyana Sundaram group, the Reserve Bank of India amended the Act in the year 1990, Banking Regulation Act in the year 1990, that the bank should enter the factoring center. In February 1994, the Reserve Bank was permitted all the banks to enter into the factoring business in India. All the banks were permitted. So it was the State Bank of India which first started the factoring services. So it started its factoring services or launched the factoring service from September 1st, 1991 in collaboration with some small industries development bank of India. So a new company was established which was called as State Bank of India Factors and Commercial Services Private Limited. Later on, the zonal restrictions were removed in the year 1993. And in the year 1994, Reserve Bank of India issued new regulations that was for the purpose of supporting the factoring services. So in South, the Canara banks had already set up Can Factors Limited. Some non-banking companies have also entered into the factoring services. But the factoring has not made much progress in our country. So in the year 1988, Reserve Bank constituted a study group, and as I told there, the chairman was the Kalyana Sundaram committee, who was the former managing director of State Bank of India. So this group observed three important things. First was about 64% of sales of the small scale industries and 50% sales of medium and large scale units was through open accounts. Secondly, average collection period was 90 and 45 days respectively. Thirdly, it demanded for factoring emerges from small scale industry sector, which was followed by the medium and the large scale. So these were the three things that were observed by this group. So the price should not exceed 1%, and for aggregate of all factoring services, which was to be from 2.5% to 3% of the debt. Factoring agents were to be set up at the zonal level. Later on, in the year 1990, amendment was made to the Banking Regulation Act. So this was on the strong recommendation which was made by the Kalyan Sundaram group. The Reserve Bank of India amended the Banking Regulation Act in 1990, that was mainly to encourage the banks to enter the factoring sector. So the following were the conditions. What were the conditions there? First one was, banks should not directly undertake business of factoring. That was one condition. Second, banks may set up separate subsidiaries or invest in factoring companies jointly with other banks. So these were the two conditions. A factor subsidiary may undertake factoring, but they should not finance other factoring companies. That was the third condition. Fourth was, banks can invest in the shares of the factoring companies, that was to a maximum of 10% of paid up share capital and reserve of bank. So these were the four conditions. Later on, in the year 1994, the Reserve Bank of India, mainly with the purpose of supporting the factoring services, it issued once again the new regulations. So it stated that banks can enter factor departmentally. It laid down certain conditions again. First was, factoring activities should be treated on par with loans and advances. Secondly, bank exposure should not exceed 25% of the bank's capital to the individual borrower and 50% to a group of borrower. Then third condition was, factoring should be rendered against genuine trade transactions only. So these were the three conditions. Later on, the commercial banks entered the factoring services based on the recommendations and regulations of Reserve Bank of India. In 1993, the region restrictions were removed, and today in India there are only 4 factoring organizations. Which are those? First is SBI Factors and Commercial Service Limited, Can Bank Factors Limited, Foremost Factors Limited. This was established with with National Bank of America in the year 1997. Then Global Trade Finance Limited, which was jointly promoted by Exim Bank and International Finance Corporation. So in this way, this was a brief thing how the financial services growth and original of the financial services took place in our country. I hope all of you have understood this. We'll meet once again in the next session. Thank you.